those of you suffering with hip pain, you'll maybe know that it can be located in a number of different areas. It can be at the front of the hip, it can be at the back, going down into the buttock, it can be at the side, or going down the side of the leg. It can feel deep within the joint, going into the groin area, close to the skin surface. But whatever the location, if you can move the area, then this will improve the circulation going into the whole of the hip joint. As long as that movement isn't causing you unnecessary pain, it's a really good thing to do. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today, about how you can use Qigong and Qigong movements and methods in order to help relieve hip pain. My name is Janice Tucker and I'm a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine and medical Qigong. I'm also the founder of the Space to Relax online program of video lessons. And just before we get started, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then hit the red subscribe button to sign up for regular videos of Qigong health enhancing tips from me. And that way you won't miss out on any future goodies that I've got coming your way. In terms of Qigong practice, there are two main exercises I'd like to show you today about how you can manage hip pain in the best way. And the first one I'm actually going to show you a clip of. And this exercise is called shaking head and wagging tail. And it's one of a series called the 8 pieces of brocade, which is a very famous Qigong exercise. It's also called the Ba Duen Jin in Chinese. And this will really help to improve the motion and the range of movement in your hip joint, along with a number of other benefits too. What I would advise you though is for those of you with high or low blood pressure, it involves a forward bend. So if you're bending forward, if you have any blood pressure issues or any issues with your lower back, just go really easy with it and only go as far as, if it's a back issue, as your back will allow. But if it's a blood pressure issue, don't allow your head to drop below the level of your waist. So I'll just head over to that clip now and you can have a look and follow along with me. This movement is called shaking head and wagging tail, and you'll see why shortly. So the stance for this part of the exercise is a horse stance. So remember that from exercise 2 where you were shooting the vulture. So stepping out to the side and just checking while you're in the horse stance that your knees are pushed outwards. Don't let them fall in like this. Have them pushed out over your toes and just check that your feet are parallel as well, so the toes not sticking out like this if you can. So for the horse stance you can go very wide with it if you're very flexible and low down, or you can be a little bit higher. And just take care if you have high blood pressure that you don't allow your head to fall below your waist. You don't want to get dizzy. So just in your horse stance, placing the hands over the tops of the knees. So you're leaning forwards, but you're bending from the hips, keeping the waist and the lower back area nice and flat, not rounding in the lower back. So you're keeping that integrity in your lower back and not straining it. So just lowering down. And what you're going to do for the women, first you're going to come across to the right side, and for men go to the left. And you're just going to move the weight across to look at your toe. So your knees stay bent, and then twist in the hips and then just elevate the chest a little bit. So you'll see that the opposite knee straightens a little bit, but it doesn't lock out altogether. And then coming back down to look at the toe again. And from here you're going to sweep across to the other foot with your whole body. And as you do this movement, you're just coming across. Think about your head, the very top of your head being like a beacon, like a lighthouse beacon, sweeping across the front to look at the opposite toe. And then twisting in the hips to elevate the chest, coming back down to look at the toe, and again just coming across with the whole body. Twisting in the hips, elevating the chest, come back down to look at the toe, and then shifting the weight across. Twisting, elevating, and looking at the toe. So the breathing for this exercise is that as you look at the toe now, breathe out. And then as you elevate in the chest, breathe in. Looking at the toe, breathe out. Sweeping across, breathe in. Looking at the toe, breathe out. Elevate the chest, and twisting the hips, breathe in. Looking at the toe, breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. I'll show you now a few of these movements all together rather than breathe out, breathe in, kind of jerky looking movement. Try to make this nice and smooth, sweeping round, coming up. And then to finish this exercise, just coming up slowly and stepping together. And as you do so, just turning the hands to face the earth. Then bringing the palms of the hands in, one on top of the other, over dantian, and circling firstly in one direction and then in the other to seal in the chi. And bringing the hands down beside the sides. And observing any feelings, either physically, mentally, or emotionally, that might have changed as a result of doing this exercise. So I hope you found that exercise really helpful and you could feel that extension going on in the hip joints. So that's the first one, shaking head and wagging tail. The second Qigong method is more of a static method, but it's using your mind and your breath in order to work with pain. And this can be used for any type of pain, not just pain in the hips. And the exercise is called inhale the positive and exhale the negative with abdominal breathing. And I'll put the link to that because I've made a previous video explaining how to do this exercise. And so the link to that will be in the text below this video. And basically what you're doing is you're inhaling clean, fresh, energizing air, and then you're thinking of exhaling the pain. And what's a really good idea I've come across recently is myself just practicing, is to visualize that pain as a balloon, and it's leaving your body. The balloons, as you exhale, the balloon's coming up and out through your nostrils and then floating off up into the sky, far away from you, into the clouds. So that's a really good way to think of the pain leaving your body. So what can you do next in order to learn more? The first thing you can do is to head over to my homepage, which is spacetorelax.com, and there you can sign up for a free 3-part video series, and that will enable you to get a bit more experience of Qigong and learn a little bit more about what's involved. And that will help you. There are exercises in there which will help you with your hip pain, especially number 3 in the 3-part series. That's a very good one for helping to rid any kind of pain. And if you want to then take your practice to a whole other level and really ramp it up and learn to manage that pain, and often hip pain can be a long-term thing, then you may want to join my paid membership program of Space to Relax. And that involves 50 Qigong video lessons, which are delivered weekly to you. You're in a membership site and you have support from me in that site. So I take you kind of step by step through all the lessons and I answer any questions that you might have. The second thing you can do is, don't forget, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then hit the red subscribe button and then you won't miss any future videos from me, and you'll see there are already quite a few on my YouTube channel. And the third thing you can do is, if you're on Facebook, then head over to my Facebook group, which is called Space to Relax Free Qigong Group, and ask to join that group. And in there, you'll see that I post regular Qigong articles. I post all my videos in there. You can ask any questions and share any information that you might have on how well Qigong is working for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a like, comment in the comments box below, and share this with anyone you know who's suffering from hip pain, because it is quite a common thing. So if you want to spread the word about how people can help themselves using Qigong in order to manage hip pain, then that would be fantastic. And I'll see you in the next video. I look forward to that. Bye for now.